Happy high tea, everyone. It is the last Sunday of the month, which means it's time to celebrate high tea. So what high tea is, in case you're new and you're wondering what everybody on the Facebook group is talking about, high tea is when we celebrate something special with our stitching, either something new from a new start from your stash, or something that like a special project that you haven't worked on in a really long time that you've been itching to get back to, and so you pull it out of hiding, dust it off, and give it some love. So a treasure, a little treasure. I try really hard to make it something that I've been saving for good, and something that I'd really like to enjoy while I have good eyesight, good hands, and I'm able to enjoy my stash. So I'm kind of excited about this month. So I'll get to my new start. Gave it away. I'm gonna have a new start this month. I'll get to that in a minute, because the other part of high tea is that I do a giveaway. So last month for August high tea, the giveaway was a Rosewood Manor pattern called the Morning Glory Sampler. And I also had a special, all wrapped up, so it's a bit of a secret. These are beautiful, it's a scissor fob, a beautiful scissor fob from Carrie, who is the creative curator. And there's her info there. You can find her on Etsy. I love these tags. They're all different. They all have different pictures on the back. So this is the giveaway for this month. So the scissor fob, the charm that's on the scissor fob, and the beads that she used are a surprise for the winner. And without further ado, we had 195 comments on the Facebook posting for this draw, and the winner was comment number 127. So congratulations, Martha DeWald. You were number 127, and you're the lucky winner of August's high tea giveaway. So I already have your address, Martha, and I will get this out into the mail for you this week, because everything's ready to go. There also will be a notions pouch made by me along with this prize. So I just got back maybe half an hour ago. I just got in the door about half an hour ago, back home from my weekend away. I stayed with my parents this weekend, and I went to the Hamilton Stitch In Day, organized and hosted by the lovely Crafty Kim, and it takes place at the Hamilton Westmount Community Center. Happens every couple of months or so. Kim searches up a few dates that the community center has available for the room to be available for us, and then sort of puts out feelers on the Facebook group. So if you live in Southern Ontario and you are interested in possibly getting on the list to be informed of the next Stitch In that happens, there is a Facebook group that you can join, and it's called simply the Hamilton Stitch In. I think that's it. I think it's just called the Hamilton Stitch In. I will try to put a link in the drop-down box below. Speaking of links, I talked about on my Friday video, I talked all about a broccoli salad that I was making for the potluck, and it was delicious. Turned out as delicious as it always does. And I mentioned I would put a link in the drop-down box below for the broccoli salad, and then I didn't do it. And I had a few people ask for the recipe. Fair enough, because I did say, please remind me if I didn't do it. So then I went in to the all recipes recipe that I knew was the recipe that I used. And then I realized that I hadn't actually looked at that recipe in years, because that was kind of my starting point for making that salad. And this is very typical of me and how I cook. I start with one thing, and then it sort of morphs into something else. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. So the broccoli salad that I make is a little bit different than the all recipes recipe. So what I'm gonna do is, tomorrow on Monday Floss Tube, I will talk a little bit more about the broccoli salad. I'll leave a link to the real one in the box tomorrow, because I'm going to talk about it tomorrow. And then I'll talk about the changes that I make, and I'll try to put those in as well. It's one of those recipes that's really flexible, and you can, in the original recipe, there's quite a lot of sugar in it, and I definitely Do not use that amount of sugar. I also use a different kind of vinegar. I use sour cream. The recipe doesn't have sour cream. See, I'm telling you all about it now. I'll save the rest of that to talk about tomorrow, because I just wanted to mention, because I knew people had said you didn't put it in and you said you were going to. Fair enough. Absolutely. I will talk about it tomorrow. Promise. I had a wonderful time. I had so much fun. My friend Dawn came with me. Dawn from Sarnia. She's one of the members of the knitting podcast, The Codependent Knitters. And a year ago or so, she started watching my FlossTube channel, and she used to stitch a long time ago. And as she started watching my channel, her interest was repercolated. And so Dawn has kind of come back to stitching. Knitting, I think, will always be her first true love. But it's been really nice to watch her blossom as a re-stitcher, and her projects that she is working on are fun and lovely. And, you know, everyone there, it was just a room full of the most friendly, lovely women. It was all women this time. I don't know that we've ever had a man join us for stitching. Not yet, but, you know, feel free. We're inclusive. And it was just, it was the best day. I had the best day, and I will tell you all about it. I'll tell you all about it tomorrow. So it was so fun. So fun. Okay, I'll tell you all about it tomorrow. Okay, so I have a new start. It is high tea. I'm drinking from my Christmas mug. Does this give you a hint? I'm drinking from my Christmas mug. I am drinking my Stash Christmas in Paris herbal tea, which is one of my favorites. I love this. So this is, it says Cup of Joy, and then Stash holiday teas. It's funny because sometimes I recommend teas that I like on this channel, and I've had a few local friends, Cheryl in particular, who I'm going to tell you more about Cheryl tomorrow as well. Just a little heads up. Cheryl has done some really amazing stitching, and I've been saving it to share with you, so I'm going to share that with you tomorrow. But Cheryl bought a box of the Christmas in Paris on my recommendation. She didn't like it at all. However, because she's local to me, she gave the rest of the box to me. So score. Cheryl, I'm really sorry you didn't like it, but that was a win for me because it's one of my favorites. It kind of, I love the smell of it, and I really like the taste of it. Smells a little bit like minty chocolate, and I love it. It's one of my favorites. And this mug, my mug it's made by a woman from Sarnia, and she's also a knitter, and her business is called Remembrances Pottery. And so these are all handmade. She's a wonderful, I've never actually met her in person, so it's one of my goals to meet her in the next year. I'd really like another Christmas mug this year. She makes all of her own stamps by hand to stamp her mugs. And then she makes them flat and then rolls them and then presses the sides there. And then it's got a really lovely flat bottom. And then there's a little place to rest your thumb on the top of the mug. So it feels nice in your hand. And I do know that she ships, in case you're wondering. She doesn't know who I am at all. I really like her mugs. So that's Natalie at Remembrances Pottery, and she is in Sarnia, Ontario, Canada. So I'm drinking Christmas tea in my Christmas mug because we're coming into holiday season. And I tend to work on, themed project bags for the shop a few months earlier. So I've been working on the Christmas kit. And so it's put me in the holiday spirit, maybe a little earlier than normal. So I thought, I want to work on a lot of Christmas stuff over the next 3 months. So my new start for this month, for September, is from Abby Rose Designs, and it's called Yuletide on Thistle Hill. And it's got houses all over it. I love it so much. Look at those houses. Isn't that the best? Okay, so I bought this just before Kathy and Neil closed their store, and it's dated 2017. So this has been in my stash for a couple of years, and every time I open my drawer of patterns that I would really like to start, this has been on the top of the pile for quite a while. So I think it's a perfect start for high tea. I'm already in the holiday spirit, and it's time. So I have my fabric. I already had chosen the fabric for this design when I had cut a piece of this for something else. And the only reason I still know what this is because it still has the tag attached. So this is a 36 count, what does that say? Winter. I thought it says, because I also have Witch's Brew, but this, I knew this wasn't Witch's Brew. It's Winter Brew, which is quite appropriate, wouldn't you agree? So it's just this lovely, lovely neutral. And my piece is just a little bit bigger than what I need. So I had cut this, I bought a yard a number of years ago. I bought a full yard of this fabric. And this is one of the offcuts from a different piece that I was working on. So Zweigart, it's Zweigart fabric, you can tell by the stripe and the linen, and I will be able to have my selvage at the side, which is apparently the correct way you are supposed to stitch. You're supposed to have the selvage at the side. But you know, oftentimes you'll get fabric from the shop and you won't have that selvage end to tell. So I don't normally always worry too much about it, but when it's a happy accident, I feel pretty pleased with myself. So that's the pattern, that's my fabric, and I have a couple, because I try to do high tea from stash, I easily found 3 of the specialty flosses that the pattern calls for. It's kind of a big list. This is the list of threads. I easily found 3. I had Pecan Pie from Needlearts, Pecan Pie, Baked Apple, and Oscar, which is, I've used this one quite frequently, this green. So together, these were the only easily found specialty threads that I had. But so anything that I can't find as a specialty thread, I'm going to do the DMC conversion. The border that's in this pattern, the vine and the flower, that is 3011 and 3802. And this is what I'm going to be starting with today. So I'm going to, as soon as I'm done this video, I'm going to go search my fabric, and then I'm going to start, I think I'm going to start in the top left corner. I really like to start in the top left corner, and I'm going to start working on my border tonight because my ink circles piece that I was hoping to have finished is in a timeout. And again, that's another story for tomorrow, but it is in a timeout. Not forever, not for long, because I really want to finish it, but I'm a bit upset with it at the moment. So these are my 2 colors that I'm starting with tonight. I don't even have to worry about these 3. So those are going to go in the project bag along with the pattern for when I'm ready to do them. So that's what I'm starting with today to celebrate high tea. So I'm getting ready for the holiday season, and I love stitching houses. They make me excited. They make me happy. There's just something really satisfying. And look at those. Look at these trees. Look at those cute little trees. I mean, they're adorable. I should change the Thistle Hill. I might change the Thistle Hill. Yuletide on something hill. I'll have to think about that. I've got some ideas. Okay, so that's my high tea start, which I'm super excited about. And I have a giveaway for you today to celebrate high tea because I'm keeping with the Christmas theme. I have a Bent Creek kit up for grabs this month. So this is the North Pole Party Pics photo booth, and it's adorable. There's a Halloween one as well. I think is it called, I can't remember. My friend Tracy stitched it. So that's the pattern, and it comes with the fabric and the little buttons that go on Rudolph's nose. See, Rudolph has got a button nose in a couple of the photos. Oh, it's the button nose and I think yes, the ornament on Santa's hat in this one. So those two buttons are included in the little kit. So this little kit will be coming with a Notions pouch from me. So that's the prize for this month. Last month's giveaway happened on the Facebook page, so I believe that we have come back around to have an Instagram giveaway. I have to double check that. I thought I had checked it before I started, but I didn't. It's either going to be on Instagram or right here on YouTube. And what I'm going to do while I'm talking right now, I'm going to have edited in the correct information. And I will also have in the drop-down box below exactly where you have to go to enter this. If it's on Instagram, it's on my Evertotes page, which is my project bag business where I make project bags. And that is at Evertotes. And if it's here on YouTube, you just leave me a comment below this particular video. And what I would like to hear is, I would like to know, do you like stitching holiday themed, like Christmas style pieces, or winter holiday pieces? Do you like stitching them year round, or do you only like stitching them right around the time of the holiday because you don't like to, some people really just don't. I like to stitch Christmas. There's your answer for me. I like to stitch it all year round. All year. I especially love a good Santa. So that's it. That's it for high tea. So as soon as I turn this off, I'm going to go right upstairs and serge my fabric. I have a Q-snap ready and waiting to go. And I'm going to put it on my Lowry frame, and then I'm going to immediately start stitching that border. Now, I probably won't get a lot done. I think Sarah's coming home for dinner tonight, and I'm making meatloaf, so I have to get that going. And I know she's probably bringing home a large bag of laundry, so I need to make sure my laundry is out of the way so that she can use the machines for her laundry. And then I think tonight I look forward to a few more hours of quiet stitching time on my new start. So happy high tea, everybody. Happy stitching. And I have some other really fun things to share with you and talk with you about tomorrow. I'll fill you in a little bit more on the Hamilton stitch-in and why I'm not speaking to my ink circles piece at the moment. So that's it for me. I hope you have a really great day and that you've had a nice weekend, and I'll see you tomorrow. Happy stitching.